Hi, so it's Cameron, and I'm here to present to you my final project for Honors Computer Programming, Period 4, called Keep Thinking and Nobody Explodes. Obviously, based off of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, the bomb defusal video game. So, kind of how this works is it's on pygame, and you're trying to escape a building where there's a ticking time bomb about to explode. And you do this by breaking through doors, which require like solving puzzles to be able to get through and escape the building. So there are three different kinds of puzzles. You have your keypad puzzle, which you enter into a keypad a correct number sequence. You have a keyboard puzzle, which you use your keyboard to type in a correct letter sequence. And you have a mini hangman game, all based off of different like codes and code cracking methods. So let me just boot that up real quick. So first you're greeted by this screen, which is your introductory screen essentially. And you start by entering your number of minutes for the game, 1 to 5, and press enter. So you can use this with the keyboard. I'll go with 5. Nice and easy. Press enter to lock it in. And then you enter the number of doors for the game, which is the number of puzzles you want to have to solve, and press enter. So I'll go with 3. Just basically, actually, you know what? I'll go with 5. So lock it in, pressing enter. And then this decides if you want hardcore mode on. All keyboard, which means all keyboard and number pad wrong guesses result in immediate destruction or just an immediate explosion of the bomb. And this means for the keyboard and number pad puzzles, if you enter a wrong guess, the bomb's gonna immediately blow up, regardless. And if it's off, then it just gives you a wrong answer, and then you get to retry as many times as you want until you get the correct answer. So for this first demonstration, I'll go no, and then you agree with the second screen. Click the button to start the bomb. So you click it, and then you get this screen, which is a 4-second delay, and this is your first code or your first puzzle. So this is the number pad puzzle, and you see the times ticking right here. And then you try to enter the specific number pad or number code depending on what this code is given. And then this is where the kind of this is like the code cracker sort of thing. So a equals 2 and z equals 1. And for the purposes of this, I'm just going to tell you how to solve it, because if you want to try it by yourself, then just skip ahead a little bit. That's okay. So this one, you're going to take the number associated with the number, so it's like alphabet number in the alphabet. Then you're going to skip 1 forward, which is how A becomes 2, and Z originally being 26 skips all the way to 1. So V would be 22 in the alphabet, so you'd enter 23. And then X would be 24, so you do 25, and then so on and so forth. And I'll just type in the rest of them. And 6. Oh, by the way, this is a completely randomly generated code. Like, all these letters are completely randomly selected. And you'll see that you want to enter it all at once, and then hopefully, if this is right, you'll advance to the next one. And depending on whether you have hardcore mode on or not, it'll determine whether it immediately explodes. And then here's for the keyboard code. So obviously, it requires the keyboard and press enter. Oh, and I should mention for the number pad one that we just did, you can use your keyboard or click on the number pad with the mouse. Either one works. And so for this one, what you want to do is it requires like not just your keyboard but also looking at your keyboard. So if you look at your keyboard and it says W equals QE. So I think you guys can tell kind of how those relate. So obviously, you need to find whatever key it is and do the two keys between it. This is easy for the top row and the bottom row, but for the home row, it's a little bit more complex because you see A, which is in the home row, does QZ, which means that you'll kind of take that one and you'll do the one directly on top and directly on the bottom, going diagonally from top left to bottom right. So again, this is a completely randomly generated code, 5 random letters. So you start with E, which is on the top row. So the letters it is between are W and R, and then N is on the bottom row between B and M, and then O is also on the top row between I and P, and G is in the home row in between T on the top and B on the bottom, and V is in the bottom row between C and B. And that should be right, but let me just pretend that it would get it wrong. So I'll delete this one and I'll press enter, and it's wrong. So it makes a wrong buzzing sound, and you need to re-enter it. So I'm just going to quickly do that. And there you go, all good. So this is your Hangman game, which obviously just plays like normal Hangman using your keyboard. And this one does have a set, like, you kind of thing of set a list of just random. Quite honestly, I literally just randomly generated words on a little website, and those are what are contained in the list. So you'll play it like regular Hangman. Try to type in letters, hope you get the right ones. And then if it's wrong, you get the buzz in a red X. And if you get 6 wrong guesses, the bomb immediately goes off. So let me just try to enter it. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna cheat if you don't mind, and do how it is. Like, let's see. So try to find the one that would. Actually, no, I don't really have enough time, so I'm just gonna tell you. Well, so yeah, that's what happens if your time runs out. The bomb explodes. So fortunately, you die, and your losses goes to 1. So play again. I'll just show you. So we'll do this again. We'll go 5 minutes again, and this time I'm gonna do 6 stores, which is the maximum, and I'm just gonna go through them, and you'll see that after I get past the third one, which is the Hangman game, it will, from then on, depending on how many extras you do, if you do 4, 5, or 6, then depending on how many you do, for the extra ones past 3 are going to be randomly generated. So it could be any of those 3. Heck, you could, if you did 6, you could literally have 3 of the same ones for your last 3, or it's completely random. And so here I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna do. Forgot to press enter. Yeah, these buttons don't flash unless you've entered both of them. So I press enter, and now they're all good. So click the button to start the bomb, and started run. And so I'm just gonna quickly go through this one. So it'd be what's G? 6. Yeah. So here we go. Now we're at the fourth. We're at the fourth puzzle / fourth door, which this one just happened to be another number pad puzzle. Oh, and you can also see your wins losses right here if you replay this more than once in the same run. So I'm just gonna do that again, and I was gonna try to do different like codes, but I kind of ran out of time just trying to code the entire program. So unfortunately, they're all the same for both the number pad and keyboard puzzles, but they're still randomly generated codes, so it is kind of challenging. And you can also challenge yourself with more doors or less time or however you want to set it up. Let me just do this one again real quick. 23, 20. Let's see. J would be 11. N would be 15. W, let's see, would be 24. And then, so number 5 happened to be a keyboard puzzle. And so then you type in this one. And number 6 also happened to be a keyboard puzzle immediately. So you can see the code is different. So this is obviously like a different door. Yeah, so also, by the way, in case you couldn't tell, some of the letters that like are placed like at the edges of the keyboard kind of have special also use like the special characters like commas, periods. I think P uses a left bracket. So there's some kind of weird symbols slash keys for some of them. Where was I? So, and then if you get it right, yay! You've successfully escaped. You get a nice cheer. With 139 to spare. Well, how much time you had left to spare, and then your wins go up. So here's your results displayed again, and then we'll do one more time just so I can show you what happens if hardcore mode is on. So just go 1. Just really doesn't matter. Then doors. We'll just do 3. And the hardcore mode we will actually do on this time. Yes. So click the button to start the bomb. Boom. And then we just do that. And actually, here, I'm just going to show you. Well, you can use the backspace on the keyboard too. You can also use your keyboard to type in the numbers. And solid enter. And then, boom. The bomb unfortunately explodes. And you die. Yeah, you might want to wait for hardcore mode until you kind of know what you're doing and are confident in your abilities at this game. If you want to do a couple run throughs. So, and then if you feel like you're done with this game and you're bored, which is impossible because this is the best game ever, and you kind of feel like you're a little bored and are kind of done wrapping it up, you can just click the no button for play again. And you thank you so much for playing my game. You ended with blank blank wins, blank losses. Have a good day, and there's obviously a delay on that, so it automatically shuts off. But so yeah, that's my lovely project. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.